24th. Tonight at 5 p.m. we have a very, very special treat for you all. We have an elite training featuring our elite performers, and you will not want to miss this session. So that starts at 5 p.m. And then tomorrow we have another few general sessions featuring Sean Whitney, Cody Day, the rest of our founders and presidents. And guys, we're going to have a good week. We're going to have a very, very good week. A couple of days, I should say. Are you ready for this? I just want to start by thanking you all for being here. You've taken time out of your lives to join us here in Las Vegas. You've made the sacrifice. You've made the decision. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's not easy, right? We're kind of quasi coming out of this worldwide pandemic. We've got a lot of people that are a little skittish about traveling and gathering, but you guys said no, we want to be here, we want to be in Las Vegas, and we appreciate that, we recognize that. You guys are our heroes. So thank you so much for being here. Usually this comes at the end, but I also want to thank our amazing production crew who has worked so hard to build this stage. They're running our program. They're doing such an awesome job. Can we get a big hand for our production crew? You guys are awesome. Okay, without any further ado, it is my pleasure to kick off the World Forum for Go Love Life, the first ever international event in this company's young history, this historical event, and it is our pleasure to be here. It's here, we're so excited, and let me now introduce to the stage our CEO and founder, Kelly Olson.
To be continued.
I'm a little nervous. I've been nervous about this event. Nervous because I just want it to be perfect for you. Okay, the food's going to be a little less than perfect, you know. I mean, hotel food, right? But what I mean by perfect is I mean vision. I want us to be able to convey to you our perfect vision of Go Love Life. And it's, you know, this is kind of a weird world we live in. Just this last week I learned that business as usual is declaring bankruptcy. And that all successful companies declare bankruptcy. That was a new one on me, to be honest with you, because I always kind of thought that successful businesses that, you know, create success and wealth and bring something great to the market. And so we're going to try to maybe give you a different vision of what a successful company can be. I want to talk to you about our team. I want to talk to you about our team for just a minute.
Sean Whitney, founder.
Sean and Cody and I started talking, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I guess. We met every week, or maybe even more often, once a week at Jimmy John's sandwich shop. And this was during the pandemic, so they wouldn't let us sit inside. We had to sit outside. It was crazy. And we just started dreaming about a company. But first we dreamed about who we would like to do business with. And we decided right then and there that we only wanted to do business with people that we loved. Because life is a business that we just didn't want to be around anymore. And so we put together a group, one by one, Actually, they're a group of cast-offs. We're all cast-offs. We're all like homeless people that got together to start a company. Sean and Cody, myself, David Garcia, Adam, my son, Joy Yan from Taiwan, Ben Mandelson from Sweden, Kenny Knudsen and his wife, Amber. I want to talk about them for just a minute. So we have a husband and wife team on our founding team. And it has some very interesting dynamics. Kenny and Amber actually met in Marinda. They met and recorded and dated and got married and have a beautiful family. And I want to actually ask them if they would come to the stage just to greet you. So this is unscripted. I told them 5 minutes ago I was going to do this, but I just want you to meet them before we get started. Because you're going to have a chance to meet every other member of our team today and tomorrow. So it's all yours.
Well, welcome. I told Kelly when I joined Goal of Life that I never wanted to be on stage. But as you can see, I lost that battle. But I'm so happy to be here. We have been looking forward to this event since February, and I've been kind of emotional about it. We have attracted the best of the best. We're so grateful to have you here with us. I'm so excited where Goal of Life is headed. Thank you so much to Kelly, Sean, and Cody for their vision, for getting together and starting this company. None of us would be here in this room without them. So thank you. We're so grateful to be a part of the team. I don't think there's a better time than now to launch the Daily 3 system, and our products are incredible. We have, I feel like we're kind of at a crossroads in our society where, people are realizing, should food be our medicine? Should food really be our first defense? And I think we can all agree that the answer to that is yes. And our products are so needed and so relevant today. So I'm so grateful for them. We have countless testimonials already from people who are realizing that our products are a game changer, including myself. Some of you have heard my testimonial about our products. After I started taking them in February when we launched, and after a decade of harsh medications and tons of antibiotics and trying everything under the sun to combat a debilitating illness, I started taking the Daily 3 system, and it's been a game changer, and it's finally given me that balance back that I so desperately needed after destroying my microbiome. So I'm so grateful for our products. They are the best, and we hope that as we talked about what we wanted from this event, I think we hope that you feel inspired this week to make your goals, to reach your goals, and we want to help you get there. And thank you so much for taking time out of your lives to be here. I know some of you have young kids at home. I know what it's like to have to juggle, and some of you brought your kids with you. So thank you for taking time out of your lives to be here, and we hope that you feel inspired this week. Thank you so much.
Amber Newton.
She's great. I also just want to thank all of you for being here. We're so excited to be partnering with all of you. And when we contacted Kelly, Sean, and Cody about wanting to be a part of whatever they were doing next, we knew they were going to come up with something great. And this company is something great. My focus, of course, is on the financial side of the comp plan, so I'm really excited about the comp plan. It's an amazing piece, and I'm amazed to see how much money a lot of you have made already. Just watching the checks grow and how much money is there to be had, and if you just go out and get it, the comp plan will pay you and reward you for that activity. So keep going. We appreciate you doing it. Thank you.
You can stay here.
So there are 9 of us that founded the company. Sean, Tony, and I, Kenny and Amber, David Garcia, Adam Olson, Ben Danielson, and Joy Yen. We also, before we even began, before we took one step, we got together with our spouses. And now this is, if I make a mistake here, I will never live this down. Sean's wife, Shelley, and Cody's wife, Charlene, David's wife, Monica, Meg's wife, Anna Sophie. Of course, Amber and Kenny, they're easy. They're married and they're partners. So that's Joy's wife, Joy's husband, Jeff. Adam's wife, Becky. David's wife, Monica. We are all partners. We are all united together. Guess what? We love each other. We all have the same values. We all believe in the same things. I mean, in terms of business, we all believe in the same things. We believe in hard work. We all have a great work ethic. We all believe in that work will be rewarded. We have a desire to build something that will stand the test of time, not something that will last 1 year, skim it, and go away. That's not what we're doing. We also have a desire to bring something new to the marketplace, something compelling and fresh and exciting. We are not interested in copying an old growth model, an old something from the past that never interested us. What we're interested in is new. We're not interested in the past. The past was wonderful. I've got memories from, 40 years ago in this industry that are sweet to me, but I don't want to repeat them. I don't want to go back 40 years ago. I don't want to go back to a company that I worked for in Canada in the 1980s. They were wonderful times, lovely times, but I don't want to go back there. I want to go forward. I want to see what's around me. And all of my partners share that same value, excited for the future. And so why am I nervous today and this week? Because we want you to see that too. We want you to imagine what's around the corner. We live in snapshots. A snapshot of right now. The way we look, the clothes we're wearing, the food we had for breakfast, and the way we feel right now, that's real for us right now. Our life is always in snapshots. It's a little more difficult to imagine what's around the corner. But our job these 2 days is to help you see around the corner. Our job is to help you see the future. And it's such a great future. It's such an amazing future. Our purpose for the next 2 days is simple. It's to build vision. Vision is the intangible driver inside each one of us that gets the best out of us. Vision. Vision is that sense of opportunity. Vision is that feeling that something great is about to happen. Vision is the belief of the future. That's what we're about these 2 days. Vision. The vision creates reality. Vision creates reality, but also the lack of vision creates reality too. If you're around individuals who always seem to be down on their luck, trying things and not making them happen, it's vision. Vision creates reality, and the lack of vision creates reality also. So our job here today is to feed your vision, to feed the vision of Go Love Life. So first, let me ask you a question. Some of you have heard me ask this question many times before. I want you to think about it. How big is your vision? How large is your vision of Go Love Life, of who we are? How big is your vision of this group? What do you feel today, this morning? What do you feel? What do you sense? What do you believe? Belief is the great driver. You cannot force belief. Belief is natural and organic. And when we have it, it moves mountains. What do you believe about our future? About what we're doing together? About this project that we're all involved with now? So I want to start feeding your vision by telling my story. And it's a weird story, but I want to tell it to you in a way so that you'll understand not only me, you'll understand me a little bit better, but I think you'll understand, how Go Love Life came together. Maybe draw each of you into the vision of Go Love Life. I choose at the beginning of my story, July of 1996. I was part of a team that started a new company. The company message and product and business structure, the look and the feel, the culture and personality were really unique. Everyone could sense that we were ushering in a new era. See why I'm telling you this story? Everyone could tell that we were ushering in a new era in nutritional health, with a ground floor opportunity that would create wealth. And it did. The era of the superfruit was born, and for the next 12 years, from 1996 to 2008, that company was one of the fastest growing companies in the world. Now in 1996, in our snapshot, as we were eating our scrambled eggs, we couldn't have imagined that, but it happened. But our vision grew over time, and that vision created that reality. Now, several other companies saw our success during that time and sensed the similar trends and started similar companies. It was amazing. Those were the coolest times. Many of you here today can remember, along with us, what that was like in that company. Those were the best times. I honestly thought I would happily be part of that company for the remainder of my professional career. And I would end my career with that company with great satisfaction. But that didn't happen. In August 2018, it was a kind of a seminal year. After years of fighting and clawing to get our original culture and vision back on center stage, we held a convention in Tokyo, Japan. Some of you here were with us there. And brought everyone back to the very best years of that company. It brought everyone back to that original vision that we had. It was like going home. It felt great. We'd done it. We had united our entire group. We were ready to go forward. Everything was in place and perfect. We united our entire organization again. It was one of the best events in that company's history. 4 months later, in December of that year, we had a great gathering of our top field leaders in Tahiti, where once again we had this amazing, unifying experience. And I came home, I was on a flight with my wife Arlene, flying home from that event, feeling like we are going to have a breakout year, and it's going to be just like, you know, the best memories that we had. It was going to be the perfect conclusion to that year. The Spirit was so good. Everyone looked forward to a year of unity and growth. Well, that didn't happen either. I arrived home from the airport, received a text message from my partner asking me to meet him at his home. I drove from the airport straight to his house. I was informed abruptly that the company had been sold. I mean, it was shocking. There was no discussion. There was no debate. Some papers were put in front of me. I was told to sign the papers. I signed them. An hour later, I met the new CEO of the company that bought our company. The new company was called New Age Beverage. I met him an hour later. We met with all of the managers, and it all seemed so rehearsed and hurried. And just like that, from the airport to my partner's house, to meeting this gentleman, to meeting with our managers, I was homeless. And my life was changing. It was changed. Now it's tempting to it's really kind of tempting for me to go into detail about how ill-advised this sale was, how much I hated it, how much it really had a deep negative impact on my life, how it ruined friendships and partnerships and all of that. Sometimes I wonder if people on the outside really understood the things that were going on behind the scenes. One thing that I want to make sure people know, maybe this is just a selfish thing, I'm sorry if it is. It seems like that way to you. I had nothing to do with the sale of that company. It was done without my knowledge. I fell in love, and I fell in love with that company. And it was worse than a divorce. It was terrible. And here's the thing. The company's name was Marimba, as you know. It wasn't sold for its culture and its vision and its products and the brand and all of the things that we love. It was not sold for those reasons. It was sold to become a platform for CBD products, for crying out loud. The most ill-advised, silly, ridiculous idea. I can't imagine there was no vision in it at all. The vision was drained out of the company. The new executive team couldn't care less about our company. They saw it as a way to make a quick buck in the CBD fad. Now, when the CBD idea flamed out, as it did quickly, they began to think of other ways that maybe they could cobble this thing together. So they started looking for companies to acquire, to merge with, to see if they could salvage. But they never tried to understand the beauty of the company that we had built. They never tried to understand the vision that we had. And it ultimately led to a catastrophe. Think about this. I just want you to ponder this. There's a reason that I'm telling you this today. This isn't self-serving. The reason I'm telling you this is to help you understand the value of vision. In 2017, this company was wildly profitable. Our distributors were paid very, very well. Our company was profitable. In 2018, we were extremely profitable. The sale happened at the end of 2018, and in 2019, the first year, they posted a $30+ million loss. The next year, an $80+ million loss. The next year, we don't know because they've never published their financial. And now, here we are in 2022, and we come to find out that bankruptcy is business as usual. These new managers took a profitable, united company on the verge of a breakout year and turned it into an unrecognizable mess. And it took them 3 years to do it. Now you gotta work hard to make that happen in 3 years. It was like a bad movie. Now some of you in the audience were watching this like I was, watching it happen like I was. Some of you are unfamiliar a little bit with this story I'm telling you. But this experience punctuated in my life more than any other experience the importance of vision and unity and culture, of having a company that means something, that stands for something, that's built for something, and not just trying to skim dollars and leave. This affected the way we build Go Love Life, believe me. And it has affected our decision making every single day. Now, I received my share from the sale of Miranda because I was an owner. Over 22 years traveling millions of miles, working night and day to build something that I love, I received my share. Money. But how do you put a cash value on work and passion and effort and love? I was 66 years old in 2020 when I finally left New Age. I watched every single prominent partner, team member, executive that I worked with over 20 years eliminated from that company that they all loved as well. I was in mourning and I hated it. During this period, I started a website to try to keep the memories alive, to try to keep the culture that we had built on the forefront of some few people's minds, to remind people what beauty there can be in business, what virtue there can be in business. As I sifted through the thousands of hours of video and the tens of thousands of photos, it became apparent to me that I wasn't finished, that I had another project to do. By then I was talking regularly to two amazing gentlemen who you'll hear from tomorrow, and who you know so well already, Sean Whitney and Tony Day. Sean and Cody were both 20+ year veterans and key executives that built that company, that built Miranda. We came together and started eating sandwiches together. Outside, by the way, because we couldn't sit inside. We began to look deep inside of ourselves and determine what we were passionate about. Often our discussions went back to the T&I days. Now, of course, you know that they would, because those were the best days. We started remembering the events that we would get together, and the culture was so thick you could cut with a knife. The love was so present. The family feeling, the success, the feeling that everyone had that we were world beaters, we were world conquerors, and not in a negative way, in a positive way. Those were the best days, and we hungered for those again. And that hunger grew in us. We began to look so critically about who we were and what we wanted. We began to search from our guts. What was our passion? What did we want to become? When we finally were on a stage again, talking with our friends, what did we want to be able to say? Did we have something yet that could be contributed to the world? Could we use our experiences at TNI to help us create the rebirth of those years again? This is the journey that began to consume us. And we started with our common experience. Our common experience of a miracle in nature. It was called Noni. This common love or passion created within each one of us a love of plants, a belief that there are miracles in plants. That we have a passion for plants. So without any particular business plan, we incorporated under the name Global Organics Merchants LLC. We had no idea what kind of a company this was going to be, other than we had a passion for going throughout the world to find the very best that nature offers. Our vision was to find the best organic ingredients throughout the world. Find the best sources of botanicals, discover what their benefits were, discover how they would work together with other botanicals. This is how we began. Now, what about a business? One thing we were absolutely sure of, the era of the superfruit opportunity was over. We had seen personally the rise and decline of the superfruit phenomenon. It was amazing, but it was over. From 1996 to 2018, this was the era of the superfruit. Noni, acai, goji, mangosteen, limu, gak, durian, pomegranate, all of these fruits had their moments during the era of the superfruit. So many huge companies were born during that era. Our own business, Morinda, peaked during that era. We have seen so many other companies copy the Morinda business plan, the business model, and rise and fall. Most were out of business or in a big-time decline by then. Now, there was a lot of good that came from this era. There was a vast awakening to the miracles of nature, an awakening in us and millions of others. The era of the superfruit created a huge surge of scientific research and financial success and global awareness of the critical importance of these amazing natural discoveries. This was an era of 25 years of unbelievable growth and success. But that era has come to an end. Superfruits have become generic. The market opportunity has steadily declined. The era of the superfruit opportunity ended. And we did not want to copy an old business model. All of those companies that were launched during that time and became successful were declining or are declining or they're out of business completely. But the knowledge and the research didn't disappear or decline. It led to natural questions on how to focus that knowledge to lead us to a new era of fantastic opportunity. So on one hand, Cody and Sean and I were pursuing our passion for plants, and on the other, we were looking at the world of nutrition, health, beauty, performance, to determine where the next opportunity would be. It's simple. We came to believe that there is a new era just beginning, bigger than the superfruit era, and it was just starting. And we wanted to be part of that new beginning. That was our vision. It's logical that the superfruit era led to the next gigantic opportunity. The knowledge and passion we all had for these natural miracles created a great desire to focus that knowledge to bring about a compelling new story, a new health awakening. The era that I'm referring to is called the era of the microbiome. And this new era is just at its genesis now. To us, it seems so clear. It will be bigger than the superfruit era. It will supplant the superfruit era. More people will be helped. More people will become wealthy. More businesses will begin in this new era. The era of the microbiome. The era of the microbiome addresses the center of health. This. Oh, I love this. I mean, I don't love it. I wish, I love it. This is the center of my health. This is the center of your health. The human microbiome. We were aware, of course, that we've always been aware of the importance of gut health. But we discovered something so much deeper than we ever had imagined. Microbiome health is human health. The center of health, the center of physical health, the center of mental health, the center of anti-aging, the center of immune system, and so on and so on. There is an avalanche of new scientific research on the critical importance of the body's microbiome. Every system and cell of the body is impacted by this community of biotic organisms that live right here. Every health condition has its roots in the health of our microbiome. Now, we've encouraged from the very beginning that everyone who touches our company do their own research. We invite that. We encourage it. Because we know the more research you do, the more excited you will become. And there's nothing we can tell you that would be more exciting than reading it for yourself and understanding it for yourself. We put together just a real short video compilation of just some researchers who have presentations online that we have looked at, reviewed, and researched during this period of time. I'd like you to take a look at this brief video and see what you think.
Trillions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi live on or inside of us, and maintaining a good, balanced relationship with them is to our advantage. Together, they form the gut microbiome, a rich ecosystem that performs a variety of functions in our bodies. The bacteria in our guts can break down food the body can't digest, produce important nutrients, regulate the immune system, and protect against harmful germs.
How many of you guys know who Hippocrates is? Have you all heard of him? He's an awesome guy, right? 3,000 years ago, he said, all disease begins in the gut. And now, that's an idea that's time has come back. It's come around. And so, as a clinician, I always look at gut health first, no matter what. If our guts aren't functioning, if our digestive system isn't functioning well, nothing else will.
Well, I'm here to talk to you about what I think is the most important organ, and that is the gut microbiome. So for those of you who don't know what the gut microbiome is, it's everything from your mouth to your colon, from entry to exit, all the bits in between. So your stomach, your small intestine, your large intestine, and all of the little critters that live in there. So bacteria, fungi, viruses, and cells, there are trillions of these little critters that are living in there. And we'll talk about this a little bit more later, but diversity is so important in the gut.
And then, all of a sudden, I started hearing about the good bugs. I thought, what's that? And as we began to look at the actual genetics, this was the breakthrough that allowed us to actually understand our microbiome.
Microbes we acquire or do not acquire affect our likelihood of developing diseases like obesity, diabetes, and even some cancers.
Now, microbes are also really important in the field of medicine. So, for example, what microbes you have in your gut determine whether particular painkillers are toxic to your liver. They also determine whether or not other drugs will work for your heart condition.
As our bodies have been adapting to life in modern society, we're losing some of our normal microbes. And at the same time, there are quite a few diseases related to the gut that are skyrocketing in developed nations all around the world.
So why is it important to have a healthy gut? Well, it's really important for long-term health. So if you have a healthy gut, you're going to feel more energetic, you're going to get sick less often, you're going to have better mental clarity, and ultimately have better emotional well-being. Versus if you don't have a healthy gut, a lot of research is showing that this is related to things like autoimmune conditions, diabetes, neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's, and even emotional issues like anxiety and depression.
So microbes are performing a huge range of functions. They help us digest our food, they help educate our immune system, they help us resist disease, and they may even be affecting our behavior.
Our health is severely influenced by many other factors, like our lifestyle, our diet, and our fellow microbes. 100 trillion cells, 1 in 14 zeros, that's the approximate number of microorganisms in your body. 10 times greater than the number of your own cells. Your microbial baggage occupies almost 2% of your body weight. That's about 1.5 kilos. Approximately the weight of your liver, or your brain. And all these are microbes. Just think about it for a second. Human microbiome, that's the modern term for all microbial communities inhabiting your body, has earned a close attention over the last decade. It seems that we are only beginning to discover the mysterious role that is given to microbes in the performance of our health.
Our biome describes 90% of all the cells. We're only 10%.
Really, we are more microbial than we are human. So we have 10 times the amount of microbial cells than we have human cells. So that stands to reason that we are bacteria learning how to be human.
It has been already shown in several studies that gut microbiome composition is associated with weight, as well as the likelihood of developing diseases like diabetes or cardiovascular diseases.
Like most of life, it's about a balance. And when they are not balanced, we call it a dysbiosis. When that begins to happen, we find that it starts causing diseases. You know the word irritable bowel syndrome, some of you may actually have it. Diarrhea, constipation, abdominal cramps, all these kind of things. You know about colitis. You've heard of people that have colitis. These kinds of things are when there is a dysbiosis. There's an imbalance between the good bugs and the bad bugs.
So I mentioned that microbes have all these important functions. They've also now, just over the past few years, been connected to a whole range of different diseases, including inflammatory bowel disease, heart disease, colon cancer, and even obesity. Obesity has a really large effect, as it turns out. And today, we can tell whether you're lean or obese with 90% accuracy by looking at the microbes in your gut. So that's amazing, right? One of these is the 3 pounds of microbes that you carry around with you may be more important for some health conditions than every single gene in your genome.
So what are some simple things that you can do to help improve your gut? Well, one, we've talked about changing your diet.
In one recent microbiome study, scientists found that fruits, vegetables, tea, coffee, red wine, and dark chocolate were correlated with increased bacterial diversity. These foods contain polyphenols, which are naturally occurring antioxidant compounds.
And then lastly, targeted supplementation. I'm not saying to take lots of different supplements. I'm saying if there's certain things that your body needs, you might actually take a supplement. So the next time that you're lying on the couch, feeling lethargic and not sure why, or you're sick for the 5th time in a year, listen to your gut.
And if you have happy bugs, you're going to be a healthy person. Thank you very much.
the marriage of our love of plants and our growing knowledge of the center of health, we didn't hesitate. We merged our passion for plants with our newfound discovery of the power of the microbiome, and the era of the microbiome was born. As you get to know us, you will learn more information about microbiome health. You'll learn more about your body than you ever knew. You'll realize that the era of the superfruit led to this much larger message. The era of the superfruit led to the era of the microbiome. That makes me feel like all the work that we did from 1996, all the love and the care, the passion that we have has led us actually organically to this place right here, right now. The era of the microbiome. The era of the microbiome began February 2nd, 2022 with the launch of Go Love Life. Now we talk about this in several ways. We talk about the power of one. I love the power of one. Your microbiome is the one thing that will impact every aspect of your life, body and spirit. This is the one thing that we should never ignore. About the idea of change one thing and change everything. If you focus on the microbiome, literally, it will impact every system, every cell, and every function of the body. We've proven it ourselves, and so many of you have proven it for yourselves and shared it with us and others. And finally, I want to emphasize and emphasize again that we are entering a new growth era. We're at the doorstep of the era of the microbiome. We believe beginning this year the knowledge and awareness and discovery of the importance of microbiome health will cause the most significant improvements in human health in generations. We're excited about our opportunity to share this message and change lives. It feels like we're home again. The era of the microbiome is larger than anything that came before. More science, more personal benefit. It's more universal, impacts more people, everyone in fact. This era is for every age, gender, body type, culture, ethnicity. The era of the microbiome is also a renaissance of something that we love. It's called network marketing. The era of the microbiome is a renaissance of network marketing. Our business model will create income for thousands. Our business model is accessible to everyone. It's perfect for our time, our generation, and our technology. Go Love Life has an income plan that creates confidence. You can understand it. One of you told us just yesterday, it was so new to our company, just really new, that looking at our compensation plan, they understood it in 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, do you know how great that feels? Do you know how amazing that feels? You can know exactly how to create income simply from developing customers and partners, simply from sharing your passion. This is your chance to be part of a new era. This is why I was nervous. I want to convey this to you in a way that will sink deep into your heart. This is your chance to be part of this new era at the very beginning. This is our 1996 opportunity. It is so easy to take advantage of an industry-first affiliate program. It's so easy to grow and to begin to build an organization to get on the path to reach the top. We have had such amazing success, as Kenny mentioned, of our partners and leaders, field leaders, who in just a short period of time have created an income that's astounding. Our plan is generous to people who are just starting. It's generous to people who are building, and it's generous to people who are reaching for the top. We encourage you to build a business with stability, with retention and loyalty and a family culture. We encourage you to build the kind of company that you personally would love. If we do that together, we will be so strong. We all know that. We've seen it before, and we can do it again, only better. Our rewards begin at the beginning and build as you grow. We have the vision of the era of the microbiome. We have the passion for organic ingredients. We have the resources to build this dynasty. Let me say that one more time. We have the resources to build this dynasty. Bankruptcy is not part of our plan.
Sorry, New Age.
We have the team who has more experience than any other executive team ever assembled to begin a new business. Collectively, our founding team has more than 200 years of experience in nutrition and business. And you know what? Most of those 200 years we've spent together. We know what size shirt each other wears. I mean, we know each other. We have the leaders, the field leaders with vision and charisma to build anchor organizations that will spread globally. Let me introduce you to just a few. Valencia Pamphil is our #1 income. She was the very first person to recognize our potential and take the leap of faith with us. She got out of her comfort zone and is now in a position to become one of the all-time greatest leaders in our industry. Mr. Robert Dean. Rob is one of the most dynamic entrepreneurs in our generation. He also recognized the opportunity to build a completely new growth business. He calls Goal of Life a blue ocean opportunity. Blue ocean simply means we are the leader, we are the pace setter, and we are not copying anyone. Goal of Life is in the forefront of the era of the microbiome. Rob created world record wealth in TNI. I've had the pleasure and the honor to know Rob for so many years. I've learned from him every step of the way. It's an honor for us to be partnered with him. He is poised to eclipse his record with Goal of Life. Alf Ringdahl and Inger Falkovich. Why are they our top leaders in Europe? They saw the opportunity, they cut their ties with their old company, they left their comfort zones, and they jumped into Goal of Life 100%. They were building their business in Norway, Sweden, and the Netherlands even before product was available. Just months afterward, they are our top European leaders and in a position to build a legacy income for themselves. Now, this is a very interesting story. Judy Chu made the commitment to join Goal of Life. Judy made the commitment to join Goal of Life even before we had a name. But she did it with style. She decided that she wanted to go out on top with her old company, that old company. So by the end of 2021, she had become by working so hard, she'd become the #1 income leader in Taiwan in New Age when she cut her ties with that company and came full steam with Gola. After the first 5 months, her income was greater than the top 5 leaders of her old company combined. And her partners who came with her, many of whom are here with us today, are also making more money than they ever did with that last company. We hope this discussion will explain the origins of Go Love Life. Although the founders of Go Love Life share a common history with another company, we did not create Go Love Life to copy anyone. We created a completely new idea. We introduced a completely new nutritional and health concept that we know will sweep the world. We developed a new compensation structure, and we did all this with a team who have worked together for 20 years. We know that there are a lot of our former friends who are happy where they are, who are happy with business as usual. We wish them the best. From the very beginning, we've said if you're happy where you are, stay there by all means. But let me add quickly this. Go Love Life is about the future, not the past. We represent growth. Leaders who have seen this opportunity will see their lives change dramatically. Someone will be the new great leaders of every country in Europe, in every country in Asia, in Central and South America, Australia, Indonesia, Canada, and all through the United States. Someone who sees the opportunity, steps away from their comfort zone, believes that there are amazing days and experiences ahead. Others who cling so tightly to the past will just watch it all happen. We love who we are. We love our message. We love our science. We love our products. We love our opportunity. Many companies are scrambling to hold on to the sands that are slipping through their fingers. They're trying to calm down impatient entrepreneurs who sense that a new era is beginning and want to be part of it. These companies can sense their groups unraveling because they did not anticipate the beginning of this new era. We did. This is the moment that the next generation of great leaders, mentors, and entrepreneurs will be born and shape the next several decades of success. Go Love Life was created to be your vehicle into this new, amazing growth era. Thank you very much.
Miss you guys. Wish you were here with us. We're going to take a break. I'll get back later.
So much more.